Hey, good morning, everybody. We're going to give people about another minute here to continue logging on, and then we will get started. All right, it's about 10:01, so we'll go ahead and get started here. Good morning, everybody. This is Tyler Finken, Health Marketing Director over at Western Marketing. Just want to say thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to jump on with us this morning. Got a really, really good webinar with you this morning here. Hopefully, it's going to be very, very informative, and we can get you set up with the RSSA program afterwards. We do have Mr. Thomas Trapala, Director of Strategic Partnerships over at RSSA. Thomas, thank you, sir, for taking the time out of your day to be with us this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm ready to get started.
You betcha. Well, just one thing before we go ahead and get started here. There is a questions box which should be on the right-hand side of your screen. So if at any time during the presentation anybody has any questions, please go ahead and type them in there, and then Thomas and I will do our best to get those questions answered at the end of the webinar. But without further ado, Thomas, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Tyler. And thank you everyone for who's on the webinar today. I know your time is valuable, and hopefully we're able to provide you with insights and information on the RSSA program and why a lot of Medicare agents are kind of using this as a unique and door opening approach. So for those of you who haven't heard of RSSA before, it stands for Registered Social Security Analysts. And what our whole goal is to train and educate agents like you guys to use Social Security to bring value and help your clients with that claiming and decisions that they have to make, and use that to transition into the Medicare and other sales, right? I know a lot of you on the call probably do Medicare. Maybe a subset of you also do other things like life insurance and annuities. But today specifically, we want to talk about the transition from Social Security to Medicare sales and how we saw this last AEP with different barriers that we want to break through, and how we can kind of open up the door a lot easier to help people with something other than Medicare that's important to them, like Social Security is, but then use that as an approach to say, hey, I can also help you with Medicare and some of the other things for your retirement as well. So some of the barriers that we saw this year as agents in the industry, obviously with carriers, dropping plans on clients, and as we know, clients are uneducated about why these things happen. So a lot of clients kind of fall back on us as agents to say, hey, is this something that you did? Is it your fault? Because they don't really know how it works, right? So we had to spend a lot of time as agents, going over new plans, reassuring that clients that your new plan that we're going to put you on is still going to be a great plan for you. On top of that is the dropping commissions, right? As agents, we get paid through our commissions. So when carriers decide to drop commissions and change plans and kind of paradigm shift all these different things that are happening, it's becoming more and more difficult for us as agents. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because when change happens, there's a lot of opportunities, and we want to find ways to combat those changes and still continue on to be successful with our Medicare businesses, right? I think it's really important that we find ways to differentiate ourselves, gain a competitive advantage, and grow our businesses. And I think the RSSA is a great way to do that, because if you think about all the clients that you have worked with or want to work with, they probably all have questions on Social Security, right? What benefits am I entitled to? Can I collect on my own record, or the spouse, an ex-spouse, a deceased spouse, right? Are my minor children eligible? So there's so many nuances, just like Medicare, that to bring this valuable service, you're going to be able to differentiate your practice and yourself as an agent and get in the door with clients a lot easier and in different ways, right? Now, another challenge is CMS guidelines. We're always trying to figure out through CMS, staying compliant of what we can say and can't say, what we can do and can't do, right? So it's becoming more and more challenging of, CMS guidelines and how we can market ourselves and how we can get in front of more prospects and leads to be able to transform those into Medicare opportunities and obviously sales. Now, the last barrier is always going to be competition, right? If you think about how many Medicare agents are out there, and as agents, we're all trying to sell the same products to the same clients. Well, how do I beat other agents to the punch? How do you guys beat other agents to the punch? Well, again, with Social Security, planning and education with clients, it's a way where you can gain a competitive advantage, but you're also able to get in the door before 65, right? Helping people at 62 and 63 and 64 will help you build that huge pipeline of opportunities. And each and every year when they age into 65, you have an influx of T65 leads that now already have your trust, your rapport, that relationship, so that you can get those leads and clients before anybody else does, right? You can tell them to ignore all those flyers and the mailers and the TV ads, and all of that because they've already had that relationship with you. And going from Social Security to Medicare becomes that much more easy to get those T65 sales. Now, again, I know a lot of agents are concerned with, that doesn't translate into immediate sales or gratification, but it actually does because you're going to learn a lot more about clients to understand maybe that they are at 65, maybe they're on a group plan and, they're about to, change jobs or leave jobs where they're no longer going to be on that group plan, and you can help them with Medicare. But on top of that is, as agents, we shouldn't necessarily be worried about, right now. We also have to understand that we need to build a future pipeline, right? This is not a job, it's a career. We want to be able to help people over the next 5 to 10 years, which means we want to build that pipeline of opportunities. So why do we use Social Security as the way in the door? Well, again, Social Security is a very relevant topic. If you think about Social Security, it's always in the news. There's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of, bait and switches, clickbait articles. A lot of clients are making rash decisions because they're hearing that things like Social Security is ending and, you're not going to get a Social Security check this month, right? All of those are misconceptions that are there to scare clients into working with that agent or advisor, right? What we're saying is genuinely be able to help your clients with this important decision because nearly every client we work with is going to be on Social Security at one point or another. It could be on their record, the record of a spouse, an ex-spouse, right? All these different things. But the problem is there's very few reliable resources that clients can go to get the help that they need. So, when we train and educate Medicare agents to help people with Social Security, it really differentiates you, right? It really gives you that advantage because clients need help with both, right? Both are complicated, Social Security and Medicare. If you can tie them together and be able to bring that valuable service, you're really going to differentiate yourself, but you're also going to build long-lasting, meaningful relationships with those clients. Now, again, as I said, the biggest issue that clients have is that there's very few reliable resources to get help that they need, right? So, they may go to an advisor. First of all, a lot of people don't need an advisor because, Social Security and Medicare might be the only two things that they need help with. Not everyone has, assets and other things that, a financial advisor can help with, but almost every single client needs Medicare and Social Security. So that's why it's a really broad approach. And again, a lot of agents will say, well, why can't my clients go to the Social Security Administration, right? Now, the Social Security Administration is prohibited by law to give advice, right? They're not allowed to give advice. They are allowed to answer questions, but unfortunately, you may call them 3 times and get 3 different answers to the same question. I'm sure you guys kind of experienced that with Medicare already, is that you don't want to send clients somewhere that hundreds of thousands of dollars are on the table and they might receive the right answer, right? So, the problem that people have with going to Social Security is that, they hire 10,000 new reps every year. They're not well trained and there's no repercussions if they give your clients wrong or misleading information. Now, we want to put clients in the best and right position for their retirement, right? On the health side for Medicare, as well as gaining additional Social Security income by making sure they understand all of the things that they need to in order to make the best decision. Now, another thing that happens, and if you haven't seen this already, I highly suggest either looking it up today or sometime this week. There was a 60-minute segment on Social Security overpayments, and it talked about how over 1 million Americans are overpaid each year from Social Security. Now, the main reasons this happened is because clients receive wrong or misleading information directly from the Social Security Administration, or potentially someone out there like our neighbor, brother, sister, family member that thinks they know, what they're talking about. And then clients are leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table, and they're also receiving overpayments, right? And we're not talking about an overpayment of a few $1,000s. That would be nice, right? Because what we're seeing is overpayments of $50,000 to $250,000. And even in this 60-minute segment, this poor couple owed $70,000 because they received wrong information from Social Security, and that wiped out their entire retirement. So again, if you're wondering what the value of this is, that alone will bring tremendous value to ensure that clients aren't leaving money on the table. They're not going to receive an overpayment because they've worked with you, giving them that understanding of everything they need to know to make the best decision. So kind of to reiterate what we talked about so far today is, obviously as agents, we're frustrated with carriers dropping plans and dropping commissions, changing things, all while tackling CMS guidelines. Social Security can be a unique and organic approach to get in front of more prospects, more appointments, and increase our sales opportunities. Now, we also want to gain that competitive advantage, right? If we're the 1,000th agent in our area trying to sell the same products to the same people retiring or turning 65, how does that differentiate us, right? How does that 65-year-old differentiate one agent from all of the others, right? A lot of it is referrals, but we also want to gain new clients as well. So the other part about Social Security is that you can charge fees for your services. So I talk to a lot of agents daily who say, well, I'm spending so much time with my clients setting up a my Social Security account or helping them file for A and B, and I'm not getting paid for it, right? Maybe you get the commission, sometimes maybe you don't, right? With Social Security planning and education, you can charge fees for your service. And you're going to see through the software that we show you that we have today that it's going to create a personalized, tangible report for clients to have, as well as a one-on-one consultation, help with the application process, creating a My Social Security account. All of these things, RSSAs in our database charge fees for those services. And we have the average RSSA charges anywhere from $400 to $600 per client for all of those services, right? And again, it's not just about helping with the application, right? That's one thing, but it's really about helping clients understand the nuances, the benefit amounts, the rules that impact them to help them make the best decisions. And this personalized, tangible report will be able to help you walk them through that. Now, the great part about the report and walking them through it is that that's where you start to build that relationship. So you're able to understand if they're already on Medicare or not. Having those conversations about the 10% penalty if they don't file for Medicare on time, right? Or are you still working? Do you have less or more than 20 employees, right? All of these questions that you can ask and the clients ask come to the surface organically through this process. And then you're able to more organically lead to that Medicare sale. So next I want to talk about the program itself. So, there's a lot of ways to be educated on Social Security, especially through CE courses. What really differentiates our platform is giving you all the tools, resources, and support for you to integrate Social Security planning into your practice, almost like into your business model. You're using this as a unique and different approach to get leads and introduce them into the Medicare sale. So we give you everything from the education, the technology to use to run the cases, also lead generation. We have marketing materials and content, and then we have the support. So we call these the 5 pillars to successfully integrate this into your practice, right? It's our goal to help you use this in a way and monetize it so that you can grow your practice, increase your sales substantially over the next few years. So we do have live virtual training. We did have the first session already. However, if you did want to take advantage of this, we could send you the recording of the first training so that you can watch that on demand, and then you can join the other 2 trainings after. So I'm going to leave this up for a minute so you guys can take a screenshot. Again, they're all recorded for on-demand access. So even though the first one has passed, you could join the modules 3 and 4 and 5, and we could just send you the recording for 1 and 2. But this will give you an opportunity so that instead of going through the self-study process on your own, you can do that still. But if you're more of like a hands-on visual learner and you want to watch, kind of coaching and walking you through all the concepts, then you could join these trainings as well. And like I said, for the modules 1 and 2, we have the on-demand recording that we can provide to you. So for the 5 modules, once you get through that, which includes training on the software as well, you'll take a final exam to earn the designation. The final exam is 2 parts. The first part is multiple choice, and the second part are 2 cases using the software. Now, we do have a 75% passing grade that you need, but we do have a 95% pass rate on the first try. So 95 out of 100 people will pass the first time around. If you happen to need a second try, you get that at no additional cost. And then the most important part is once you're certified, this is the biggest part, is how do you market this, right? How do you monetize this? How do you get out there and start using this to drive a funnel of leads and opportunities? So we give you immediate access to live training and on-demand training for you to learn how to integrate this, right? It's enough having the knowledge, but you're going to want to know how you market this, right? How do you build B2B relationships? How do you put on Social Security events, right? All of these things are included within the platform as well. Now, we also have complete back office support. So if you ever have any client cases or questions, if you need help with a marketing strategy, whether you want to spend $0 per month on marketing or $5,000 per month, we have the strategies that can work for you. Now, the program is also approved for continuing education credits. So we're approved in 46 states, including Washington, D.C. The only states not approved currently are Alaska, Louisiana, Minnesota, and New Jersey, but every other state is approved, and depending on the state that you're in, the majority of states provide 9 credits of CE. So this is an extra add-on bonus to the platform as well. There are some states that provide a little bit more than 9 and a little bit less, but for the majority, 9 credits are provided. Now, we're also approved by FI 360, the IRS, NASBA, and the CFP board. We've been through integrities compliance, obviously, so there's no issues compliance-wise. Now, we also provide you with all of the turnkey marketing. So what's great about Social Security marketing is that it's not subject to CMS guidelines, right? So it gives you a little more wiggle room to be able to, provide a meal at an event, not having to worry about, the 48-hour scope of appointment, or, not gathering the client's information at events and all these different things that are subject to CMS. As long as you're keeping it about Social Security and then using that to translate into the Medicare sale and opportunities, it gives you a lot more wiggle room to be able to open the door for clients and prospects and leads. Now, we give you all different marketing materials and content to market yourselves on the Social Security side. So templates towards consumer facing, towards B2B relationships. We even have information on how to get in front of unions and employer groups, almost to offer, Social Security wellness as like an employee benefit or an HR benefit, or even like a member benefit group. We also have consumer facing brochures and slicks. We have postcards for postal mail marketing. You get social media content that you can post on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you guys use. And then every RSSA gets their own unique landing page that you can see here on the screen. So this is my page here. So you can put your picture, reviews that clients write about you. You can put a professional bio. You can put your social media links, any upcoming events. So if you like to host events, Social Security events have been very popular because, again, so many people are used to seeing Medicare 101s and all of that. Social Security is a different way to get in the door with people, right? And it's another topic that really resonates with the millions of people retiring every day. Now, we also have the ability to put your external website. So if you already have a website for your Medicare business, you can link that here. You could also link this to your website in reverse. We also have a scheduling a call link. So if you want to add your Calendly or Zoom or any other way to schedule calls, you can do that as well. And then there's also a contact me form here. Now, one of the things you also get with this program is that you'll be put into our directory automatically where we have consumers that come to our website and they're looking to work with RSSAs in their area. Now, you'll get those leads at no cost. Any leads that come to you directly don't cost you anything. It's part of the program. Now, we just got accepted into the AARP Age Tech Collaborative. So what that basically means, I'm sure everyone knows what AARP is. They're basically the senior market capital of the world. And we're in this Age Tech Collaborative where they're going to help us get the RSSA brand recognition out to every American that says, hey, if you're an RSSA, you are the go-to person to help with Social Security. So it's really going to help anyone that's in our program. And we're also opening up a lead opportunity program too, so that you can actually get leads through us and be able to, work with them too. Now, for Social Security educational events, whether you like to do, webinars, pre-recorded webinars, or even in-person seminars or workshops, we provide the slide presentation for you to use. It comes with the speaker notes. It comes with video training of us presenting so that you can learn how to present and put on a successful event. We also give you ideas of where to put on events that have been the most successful. And what we're seeing statistically is anywhere from 20 to 40 leads in the door at these events. And what's even better is the close ratio that we're seeing, right? We had somebody that just put on an event the other day. They had 15 people, which is on a little bit of the lower side. However, they had 15 appointments. I've never heard of 100% appointment rate, but it was pretty unbelievable. So, you'll see how well this works. Now, the next thing I want to do is bring up the technology so that you can see what you'll be using and how easy it is to work with clients, and also what they'll receive in that personalized report. So I'm going to go ahead and click on a sample client case here. Because this case is a sample case, all of the information has already been entered. So as you saw, it just created everything we need in just a few seconds. Now, if I'm entering the information for the first time, we're asking for mostly very general information of the client. However, based on their information, it's very personalized. So we're asking for their name, their birth date, their marital status. This takes into account whether they're single, married, divorced, widowed. It takes into account dependent benefits, all those different things. We even ask them if they're on Medicare, right? So a big question you want to know is, have you applied for A and B yet? Are you on a supplemental or advantage plan, right? All of those things are important to better understand when you're working with clients. Now, all of the questions that we're asking are starting to create that personalized report that gets created at the end. In this case, we put that there's a spouse, so we would put the spouse's information in here as well. And aside from the general information, the only other thing needed is the client's earnings record. Now, the client's earnings can be found on their SSA.gov websites. So you can either help them create an account, they can create an account through these links that link directly to SSA.gov, or they can sign into their account if they have one established already. Now, all you have to do is go into the account and click on Download Social Security Statement as an XML file, and you could upload that XML directly into the software, which will shoot their earnings record in automatically. Now, aside from telling clients what their current benefits are based on their past earnings, we also have the ability to put in future earnings. So if you plan to work another 2, 5, 10 years or whatever it is, you can kind of give clients an understanding of how much they may be able to increase their benefits by continuing to work. Now, a big question that agents always have is, what is the difference between this and what they get from Social Security? Well, from Social Security, they usually get a statement, and that statement is based on assumptions and estimates that may or may not be that accurate. we've actually seen that statement amount be off as much as $500 a month or even more. And so when people go to collect and they think they're going to get $2,000 per month and their first check is 1,500 or even less, they're shocked, right? They're like, I only collected because I thought I was getting this amount and now I'm getting a lot less. And it's because that statement is not giving an exact benefit amount. They're giving assumptions and estimates that, for the most part, are not always that accurate, right? For this, when we put in the full earnings record, it's going to provide a benefit amount that is a lot more accurate and precise because we're not making any assumptions or estimates or anything like that. We're taking their full record and showing the benefits from 62 through 70. Now, on top of that is when you look at a Social Security account, it's only looking at the individual, right? It's not looking at if they have a spouse or an ex-spouse or a deceased spouse. It doesn't know if they have minor children or disabled children. It's not going to tell the client, hey, these are the rules that you need to know in order to make the best decision, right? So all of those things are very important for us to help our clients. So in this case, we would put the spouse's earnings in as well. And then we get to the additional information page. Now, this is our built-in fact-finding tool. None of this information will be incorporated within the report that gets created, but this will help you better understand if there's any other cross-selling opportunities, right? If you do life insurance or annuities or other products, by understanding what the client has in their retirement savings, their assets, do they have any real estate? Do they have debts? Do they have expenses, right? This will help pave the way to those conversations. Now, next, it's going to calculate the results. So everything gets created in just a few seconds. A really important thing to know is that this is not going to take any time away from your business, but it's going to help streamline and accelerate the process of helping clients with this. Personalized report is provided to them, and then you can get right into the opportunities. Now, once all of that is created, all you have to do is click on download report and provide it to the client, and then you're done. So from putting the first name in to handing that report should take no more than 5 to 10 minutes. That's how quick and easy it is. Now, before we get to the report, I just wanted to point out some key features of the roadmap that you'll have access to as well. The first is the filing options heat map. So this is going to show every single option from 62 through 70 in lifetime, annual, or monthly benefits. And you can even click on any option within here that will break down the details of that option. Are they eligible for retirement, spousal, survivor, dependent benefits? Are there any earnings deductions? And as you can see, this is shown annually, but if you click on here, you could break down the monthly benefits too. Now we also have the PIA calculator, which shows clients how their benefits are calculated, right? Social Security doesn't even show clients this information on where we're getting these numbers from. So we give them an exact breakdown of how benefits are calculated, and that ensures the accuracy of what we're providing to the client. We also have a break-even report. So if clients are interested in understanding what break-even scenarios, you can choose to compare up to 4 different options at once, or you can uncheck certain options and change the ages accordingly to show different break-even scenarios. We also have a tax calculator, which will tell a client how much they'll pay in taxes on their Social Security benefits during retirement. We have our Medicare calculator in beta testing. We need to update the Part B premium, but it's pretty much ready to go. It should be up this week. And this is going to tell you how much IRMAA the client may pay on their additional Part B premium. So you can put your tax filing status, you could select the income range, and then it'll tell you how much IRMAA you would pay on your Part B premium. Now we also have this Cetera piece here as well. Cetera is self-employment tax and retirement analysis, and this is going to allow you to work with self-employed individuals, small business owners, and help them understand how much they should pay into Social Security as to how much they would get out. So by doing this type of analysis, you're able to help maximize a business owner's Social Security, but also minimize their tax implications as well. Now for the detailed report, all we have to do is choose 3 different options that we want to compare in more detail. And you could either download it in a Word file if you want to make any edits or changes or anything like that, or you can download it as a PDF. So let's just say I want to download it as a Word file, and it automatically creates that personalized report for that client. So again, very quick, easy, everything is done automatically. Now, again, with this personalized report, how I've used this as an agent to kind of talk about, how I'm using it is that, I've built up a funnel of pre-65 leads by helping them with Social Security, right? Providing them with this report, bringing value, opening up that relationship. And each and every year, once those people age into 65, I already have a relationship with them. They can ignore all of the mailers and flyers and everything else other agents are sending them because I already have that relationship with them, right? So we want to get in the door before other agents. And what you would be going through with a client within the report is some key information, right? Some terminology that they should know based on their circumstances. We provide them with the types of benefits and talk about eligibility and the timing behind each of the benefits they're entitled to. We provide them with their annual and monthly heat maps so they can see all of their numbers and all of their options at once. We provide them with a claiming option summary that will outline their lifetime, annual, and monthly benefits based on each of those options and when to file as well. We also talk about survivor benefits. Now, the biggest thing with survivor benefits, especially that clients have questions on, is, if I claim at a certain time, how does that impact my spouse? Whether it's 5, 10, 20 years down the line. And those are the things that really bring value to your clients. Now, we also provide a lifetime benefit chart based on a projected life expectancy, but we also give longevity comparisons. The number one concern for most retirees is outliving their funds. So, Social Security being a more dependable income, we can help offset some of those longevity concerns. Now, we also give clients information on what they should know before deciding on a strategy, helping with the application process, right? That's something I've been able to bring value to clients is simply helping them apply for benefits, whether it's A and B of Medicare or whether it's, Social Security applications. But either way, kind of giving them that soup to nuts kind of service really helps me build those relationships and leads to the more Medicare sales. Now, to wrap up the report, we have those 4 different options detailed out here at the bottom. And then we also provide those Social Security calculations. So we try to create a report that's very simple and user-friendly and easy to walk through to organically open those doors to Medicare and other sales. So what the program includes is the 5-module course, right? You're going to get the self-study, but you're also going to add access to those live virtual trainings that we have. You'll get the final exam and then a second try if you need it as well, no additional cost. We give you a hard copy of the RSSA certification mailed to your house. You also get an online copy that you can download at any time. You get the RSSA roadmap software. Everything that we just showed you is included. You get the turnkey marketing, so all of the marketing content that we have, and the first year membership, which includes all of the support, the resources, and all of that is included as well. Now, if you're interested in getting started, we have a significant discount for you guys today. I believe this is actually supposed to be $19.50, not $2,000. So let me just update that for you. So the general cost of the program is $3,329. Through Western Marketing, you can get that for just $19.50. You would go to rssa.com/Western Marketing and use promo code integrity at checkout. Now, if you're interested in doing this and you don't necessarily have the $19.50 up front, we also do have payment plans starting at just $100 per month. If you're interested in a payment plan or have any questions, this is my email here. Don't go through the rssa.com/Western Marketing. If you want a payment plan, I have to send you a different link. But if you're interested in a payment plan, just reach out to me directly and I can send you the information on that. And then again, if you're ready to get started and you just want to pay in full, you can go to rssa.com/Western Marketing, promo code integrity to get that discount. And again, like I said, to get certified quicker and easier, you'll have access to our on-demand virtual training, also the live aspect of it as well. So Tyler, I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone has up to this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks so much, Thomas. Certainly appreciate you going through that. We did have a question come in a little bit ago. It says, what are the fees that most agents are charging for these services?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. So the average RSSA, because it's very, as an independent, you get to choose what you want to charge, right? What we've seen in the industry average is anywhere from $400 to $600 per client. Personally, I'll be transparent. I charge 500, and that would include that personalized report, a 30-minute consultation with them to go through it, and then I also help with the application process. So between those three things, I think 500 is something that I've felt comfortable with. I've gotten a lot of people to do that. Again, you're not going to get a low end, potentially a low end client doing that, but the mass affluent of Americans that are in that middle tier are willing to pay a fee for this type of service. But even if not, even if you're using this as a value add, it could lead to bringing more clients in the door and opening for more Medicare opportunities. So great question.
Alrighty. Another question just came in, says, when will the next online class be available?
Yeah, so the online classes are available right away. Like I said, we have went through module 1 and 2 already, but to be honest with you, I like the recording better anyway because you're able to actually, stop the recording, write notes and everything rather than just going straight through it. There's no pausing or anything like that. So we have the next 2 live trainings coming up for modules 3 and 4 and 5. But for now, still enroll and take advantage of the 1 and 2 recording, and then you'll have access to the live ones after that. Like I said, it's a really great opportunity to get certified a lot quicker and easier. And then what happens is, if you have any questions throughout the recording or the live training or the modules, you have support from our team. So if you have questions, if you need help with a certain concept you're not getting, that's what we're here to support you through.
Okay. Next question is, what is the yearly membership cost?
Yeah, excellent question. So after the first year, which is the 1950, after that it is 479 per year. So we charge a little bit higher of an upfront setup fee, and then after that the annual renewal is just 479 per year, and that gives you continuous access of the training we offer, the marketing materials, the software, the back office support. All of that is continuous with that 479 membership.
Okay. If anybody has any additional questions, go ahead and type them in the question box. We'll wait a few more seconds here to see if any others come in. But Thomas, once again, thank you for doing that with us today, and thank everybody else for jumping on. Thomas, is there anything you want to add before we jump off here?
No, I appreciate everything, Tyler. I appreciate our partnership. I look forward to seeing some agents go through the program and be successful. And like I said, my email is here. Tyler, I'm sure we're going to send out a follow-up email with this information as well. Is that correct?
That is correct. As soon as the recording is done downloading, I will send out an email with a link to that recording in case you want to go back and watch it again. And there will also be some additional information in that email on the RSSA program as well, including a link to go ahead and get signed up. Like Thomas said, if you want to pay up front, it's that $19.50 with the promo code Integrity. If the $19.50 up front is not something you want to do, or if you can't swing that right now and you want to make monthly payments, let us know. We'll get that information over to Thomas, and then he can send you out the appropriate link for that as well. But other than that, I don't see any additional questions come in, so we'll go ahead and wrap up here. And appreciate everybody for your time today, and hope you have a great rest of your week.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.